Hey folks, live on tape from a secret, undisclosed location somewhere in the bowels of historic downtown St. John's, Newfoundland comes in the Library of Graphic Literature with your host, very serious Wallace Ryan. How's everything there with everyone today? Let's give the old spinner-rack a spin. Now, of course, once again, the comics were late. And, of course, it wasn't... Well, it was the weather, I guess, in some ways. The comics actually got over. But then when they did, we had a day of snow and freezing rain. And, oh, God, it was horrible, horrible, horrible. So, of course, that slowed down everything. But, of course, the comics, once again, they did arrive. And what a batch this week. I got to tell you, I'm so excited. I'm just going to jump right into it. So, oh, and I do have some tea in another beautiful cup. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And let's start with a Marvel Masterworks. Let's open it up with one of those. The Uncanny X-Men, Volume 11. So, some good old mutant madness here for you X-Men fans. Now, these, I do believe, I had some of these. Let's have a look here now. First of all, let's undress it. And, okay, so this is Uncanny X-Men 189 to 193, Kitty Pryde and the Wolverine, X-Men in Alpha Flight, which I wasn't too big on. Look at the cover there. But there is actually some good work in here, especially by Paul Smith. He does the X-Men in Alpha Flight. The Steve Leola annual, which was one of my favorites, is also in this. And Al Milgrom does the Kitty Pryde and Wolverine series. And John Romita Jr. does the rest of the X-Men stuff. Actually, out of all this stuff, my favorites are the annual by Steve and the Kitty Pryde and Wolverine series. I loved it. It was Milgrom. I was actually a bit of an Al Milgrom fan. Still am. I loved his work on Captain Marvel and other stuff too. The Guardians of the Galaxy and great. I always thought good artist. To me, he was right up there with me, along with you know, I thought of him like almost a Miller, sort of a more expressionistic Miller. Anyway, so anyway, yeah, this does have mostly, like I say, for the most part, it's John Romita Jr. and like I say, not bad, but I'm more a fan of his later work actually. I really do love his later work. But the one good thing in here, at least, is the other good thing too is the Paul Smith. I always loved Paul Smith. Now, out of all of these, the only ones that I had in my original collection when I growing up was the Kitty Pryde and a couple of the Wolverine. And I think we might have had the Wolverine next Alpha Flight, but I can't remember for the life of me. But I mean, once again, it's a Masterworks, and to me, each and every Masterworks is more than worth it. So, let's put that away, and what's next? Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Here's a beauty here, folks. Doo, 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 doo. The One. Oh, it's The One. Yes. The One was a series, it was 85, 86, I do believe. I mean, this was just before Watchmen and all that. And by Rick Veitch. And this, in a lot of ways, to me, I mean, it twists the whole superhero genre on its head, and like I say, and a little bit before Watchmen. But I actually read and did have this when I was a kid. It was and I loved it. It was, what was it, 6 issues I think it was. Can't remember for the life of me now. It's been so long since I read it. And that's actually one other cool thing is I have actually read some comics that I had when I was younger, and then when they come out, I look at them and I've actually forgotten what they're about. So it's really cool. I get to actually enjoy it all again. But I do remember loving this. Like I say, it was a real twist on the whole Superman genre, the superhero genre, and I thought it was pretty cool. Love the art. The storytelling was amazing. To me, definitely without doubt a modern classic. So if you want some really good superhero comics, but on the real cutting edge, really out there, pick up the one. It's one of my favorites. As a matter of fact, it's so much one of my favorites it gets a kiss. And I don't kiss many books, as you folks know. That being said, one of the books that I've been waiting for a long time, pardon me while I have a sip of the old tea, Earl Grey tea, by the way. I was growing up, I was a big Conan the Barbarian fan. Part of it was because I liked the character. I actually did, and they were a lot more available back then. I did actually read most, if not all, the Conan novels themselves, the prose novels. I read his Solomon Kane, his King Cole. I read anything I could find by him. It's too bad it's out of print. There was something kind of neat and, sort of economic, but very imaginative about Howard's work that just, it just drew me in. Then you take that, and on top of that, you add the art of Barry Windsor Smith, and it just sealed the deal. I became a huge Barry Windsor Smith fan, and really was because of Conan. But I mean, it was, to me, it was just like, wow, this is what comics, comics can be. Great art, not only pretty good art, Neil Adams, or action-packed art like Jack Kirby. Barry Windsor Smith's art was just out and out beautiful. I don't know, it's hard to explain. But he's now, let that not take away from his storytelling chops, because he had excellent storytelling chops. He was one of those rare combinations of someone who could draw really well, but could also tell a good story. I mean, I followed him from this on. I actually, when I was a kid too, I bought a lot of the Gore Blimey Press, which was his own company. I bought a lot of their posters. I got their catalog, which had like all kinds of posters, and I loved his poster work. His drawings are just absolutely magnific. And like I said, continue to read his stuff that he did all the way up through the 80s into the 90s. His work on Archer and Armstrong, also brilliant. And then all his assorted Marvel work, even from Machine Man to some of the X-Men that he did. Of course, one of his best Marvel comics still was when he did Wolverine in the Weapon X series. Absolutely stunning. I mean, it's just like, how could someone be able to draw that fast, really? I used to always think. But like I say, magnificent stuff, magnificent stuff. And I always use Conan the Barbarian in my examples, both in my comic book class and in my figure drawing class, as a great example of how someone can improve over time in terms of if you're drawing all the time. And it's true with any artist. The more and more you draw, the better and better you get, just by the very nature of it. And, oh, I better run. No, I live on quite a loud and noisy street. I think this is the second or third time I've heard a siren going through. Anyway, back to Conan. What I used to love with Conan is I would show and like I say, this was for my figure drawing class and for the comic book class, because the lesson is, you know, comes across well, whether or not it's figure drawing or whether or not it's full-on comic book work. And like I say, in terms of how you get better over time, this is the best example that I can ever see in terms of that. This is Conan the Barbarian. Look at that. That's the cover of issue 1, and there's the inside front page. Now carefully study that. I mean, it's serviceable. It's not bad, you know. But you know, for what it was at the time, it was pretty good. Now let's leap ahead here a bit to even past here. Slowly you start to see a change in his art until out comes the Barry Windsor Smith we all know and love today. And here we go. Now this is the front cover and the inside front cover for the award-winning Song of Red Sonja. This won a Shazam award. And I mean, look at that! What a difference in terms of the art. I mean, you look at the cover on issue number 1, and like I say, it's fairly simple and all that. And then you look at that. I mean, it doesn't even look like the same person. It's absolutely stunning. This is still one of my all-time favorites. Then it gets into some Savage Sword here, stuff like that. But anyway, this is just a great volume of Barry Windsor Smith's work, and you get to see, like I say, how he slowly improves over the space of a couple of years. Look at that. I mean, that is gorgeous. Look. Love that. Love it. Love it. Love it. Amazing, hey? And some Gil Kane thrown in there for good measure. So, I just can't rave on and on enough about this. And just from the quick first glance here, by the way, folks, because people are always wondering about the coloring, I do believe the coloring is kept to its, yeah, I do believe it's kept to its the original coloring, which I prefer. I'd rather see the old coloring than it, you know, redone or whatever. So, I mean, I had the Conan, the Barry Windsor Smith ones in that Dark Horse set of books that came out a few years ago. Oh no, no, they really must want me. I think they got me surrounded. But in that they did redo the coloring, so it just doesn't feel as good as this one feels. So another kiss on that one. Oh geez, actually I forgot to show you some of the artwork on the one here. Actually, we'll have a look at this quickly. Sorry about that, Rick. I love the covers too. They were all products. Absolutely incredible. But I don't want to show you too much, to give away too much anyway. So, whew, what can I do after that? Let's throw away some of that. So yeah, I think the Conan one is probably my favorite of this week. Now, how can I top that? I should have left that one to last. So we have here authentic police cases. This is yet another Ford by Barry Pearl, by the way, a member of our group. Wow, way to go, Barry! Actually, I'll send this show out to Barry. And just flipping through here, I kind of like it. I'm a big true crime fan anyway, so I mean anything that's true crime based or inspired. I love Brubaker stuff, all that stuff. So anything like that, I'm a big crime buff. So when I seen this, it was, oh yeah, artwork by Matt Baker. So excellent. And yeah, when I seen an authentic police cases, it was like, oh, I gotta have this for sure. Now this was from, I think was it St. John's? Yeah, St. John's Comics, which is funny. considering I live here in St. John's, Newfoundland. No relation though. So here we go. Take a quick flick through here. And I'm sure when I post this that Barry's going to come on and probably even comment a bit more on this book. So this one I am actually myself unfamiliar with, although not unfamiliar with St. John Comics and the classics Golden Age companies. But yeah, I like the look of what I see so far though. So, authentic release cases. Check it out. Check it out. Okay. Back into your case you go. I actually got a couple of PS Artbooks here. Oh, hang on a sec. So what do we have here now? Ooh, Demons of the Underworlds, Tales of Horror. Censored. This is Terror Man, the ugliest man in the world. I love a lot of these old covers. Just everything from the copy to the lurid drawing, stuff like that. This one now, let's have a look here at the back of this one. This one has Myron Fass, Bill Molyneux. Let's see who else. Any other big ones? Bernard Bailey. So a couple of big names anyway. So Tales of Horror. Like I say, these. What I love about these PS Artbooks, like I say, is that they leave the ads in them, so it feels like you're, like I say, have said many times before, like you're reading the real comics just bound into a book form. And there we go. How to end up with big muscles. I can remember reading those as a kid, thinking, "My God, I should send away for those because then I'd look like a superhero." Well, not that one, but you know, the other one. Well, look, Men, Doon Doon Doo, Charles Atlas. But yeah, Tales of Horror. This looks pretty good, actually. I can't wait to get my eyes on this one. Okay, now, and let's see, last but not least, I think I got two here. Let's have a look at this. The Hand of Fate. Ooh. I love the titles too, they're so ominous, some of them. Tales of Terror, Hand of Fate, Web of Mystery. Great, great. Great titles. And this is an Ace comic, Hand of Fate, and this volume 1, issues 8 to 12. So this is early 50s. Let's see who they have. Lou Cameron, Jim McLaughlin, Mike Sekowsky, and Chick Stone. So you know, a few of the big names in the comic book world there. Popping up. Okay. Sekowsky, I can usually tell a 3 miles away. Oh, that looks like him. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I can spot him a mile away. I was actually a bit of a Sekowsky fan. Loved his work on Justice League and his Wonder Woman. But he had a very unusual, very cool style. So, The Hand of Fate. Fate. Okay, and last but not least, yeah, we might as well do this. This is Web of Mystery. This is also an Ace comic. These are, once again, these are from about the mid 50s, whatever. Jim McLaughlin, Lou Cameron, Lynn Streeter, Dick Ayers, Mike Sekowsky, Chick Stone. So not bad either. So let's have a quick look through those there. Pretty cool, hey? Oh, chewing gum, reduce. Yeah. Like I said, I really do like these PS Artbooks. They're pretty darn cool. Okay, well, that's enough for this week, I guess. Once again, really, really excited and looking forward to reading that Conan the Barbarian Omnibus. Great job, Marvel. Thank you very much. And the one. So run out, especially the one. Run out and grab it. Rick's a really nice guy, and he deserves our patronage because it's a great comic. That being said, I'll have a sip of tea. Turn on my mother box. Oh, and summon to YouTube. There it is. I gotta run. Okay, I'll see you next week. Love you. Ciao.